Welcome to my video presentation. What you're looking at here is basically the lobby of the poker room. Like if you had a site and you bought this software and you were to put a link to my poker room, this is where your people would be directed. They would be sent to a lobby. 5150 Poker is the owner of this particular um, lobby here, and as you can see they have 7 logins, so that means there's 7 people actually here online now. They've got 3 ring games set up. They've got their Texas Hold'em no limit games that are set up. There are different stakes that are here. Their buy-in amounts, the number of seats per table, and then how many players that are there, and if there were more players than seats available, they'd have a waiting list. So let's go ahead and click into one of these games here, and we can see some live action going on. Okay, this is the actual poker room, and let's kind of take a look at some of the action that's going on here. You can see that it's a 1-2 game. I believe there's 5 players seated, right? They've got a chat window down here where people can chat. Let's just say hello. Let's see. You got to be logged in for this particular game, so they don't let people just come in and talk to the players while they're playing, which is good. That's different settings for different sites. This one here, you can see they have their logo here in the middle. They've got a background. Your software will come with standard avatars like you see here. It'll come with a background, and it'll come with just a blank green felt table like you see here. And you can add different things to it. You don't have to be a graphics artist or anything like that to add anything to your site. If you are, I mean, that's great. Then you'll be able to customize it real easy, but you don't have to know those things to do any kind of customization. It's relatively simple. Okay, well, you can see how the software is working. I'm going to take you to another site just so that you can see a different feel for the way the software could be used differently. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and we'll go over to another site so that you can see a different look on how the software is being used. Okay, we're back. You can see that this is PokerShibes.com. This is their lobby. If you were signed up here, this is where exactly you would log in, or your players would log in. I'm just going to go ahead and hit cancel. That way we don't have to be logged in order to view what's going on. We won't be able to play any of their games since we're not logged in, but we're able to view what's going on. Here you can see they have 73 logins that are actually online playing poker now, and they're from all over the world. Indonesia, the US, Canada, parts unknown, Dogland, wherever that might be. These people are from Earth. Wow. Okay, I wonder where that's at. London. And I'm going to go ahead and go to their ring games. They've got quite a few ring games to choose from. I'm going to choose the Apollo 3 room here. You just double click, and here we are. You can see that they kind of use their graphics and put their poker shibes in the middle of the table. And like I said, this site's fully custom. You can customize it. You don't have to if you don't know anything about customization. Your site will come ready to use. It'll just have everything will be basic. It won't have any logos or anything like that. But you could always get into that later. You can see the software that's working here. The dealer buttons moving around. The stakes here are a little bit higher. You can set your stakes. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how to create games. I'll show you how to create tournaments on the back end administration of the software. Right now we're just going to go ahead and let this play a little bit so that you can kind of see how the software works. You can see that Wyckoff there is making a decision. I think he folded. And Ojo just won. Now the dealer button goes around, the blinds are posted, and the action should start moving around the table. I had another poker table that was open that was kind of making noise. I turned that off, and you can see here that the action's going around the table. And you can set the time up of how long the players have to think. I think it's set up at 30 seconds, and then they might have a time bank, but that's also customizable. We'll go ahead and just finish this hand here. Wow, I wish I had a Jack 10 in my hand right now. That would be a good hand. Looks like you got a straight draw out there, a flush draw. Of course, a full house. I don't look like anybody partaked in that hand. Action's moving around the table. You can see their full logo here in the middle. I kind of like the way this site is set up. It's got some nice colors, good looking feel. The avatars, of course, are funny. Super dog here. Little Chihuahua dog there. But you can see how, you know, the software is basically the same. And we'll go ahead and complete this one hand here. This guy has 5 seconds to act. And here we go. Should see some action on this flop here. It's really not much. There's a $600 bet. There's a call. Got 2 players left. $800. $800. Got a nice pot going there. 800. 800. And a pair of aces wins. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video just for a little bit here so that I can get into the back end part of the software where all the setting up actually happens. Okay, welcome back. What you're looking at here is the actual back end of the poker software. This is where you set up your games, your tournaments. If you look, here's your systems tab. This is where you would set up your ring games. This is where you would set up your tournaments. This is where you would actually administer any accounts that are there. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the systems tab because this is where you actually are able to set up like your support email addresses, your website, the IP where you're located. You're able to name your site here, and if you were to just click on it, it's very simple. You would just name your poker site. Here you would Poker USA. Okay, there we go. That would be the site. If you had a description, you would input it here. You just double click and it tells you what to input here, and down here it'll actually give you what you can and can't do, you know, how many characters, different things like that. So setting up your password, we'll cancel here. If you were to go set up your password, it'll show you here. If you don't want a password, leave it blank. If you wanted put some site news, um, there you would go. And here are just some of the technical parts of it. You know, it's not as hard as it looks. It's really simple to get this set up. These are just some of the um, places you can go to set up your different graphics. Like if you wanted to put some a background logo, you would click here and you would actually put your logo here. You would browse on your computer, look for the file, and it tells you down here what types of files and different things like that. And this is where you would put that information in to change the color of your website. Background table graphic. Here's your table graphic. It tells you how big to make the file, if it's a JPEG or a PNG, a GIF. Of course, you would browse if it was in your computer, and you would just set it right in there, and it's that simple. Let's go ahead and set up a ring game, which is just a basic table game. You would just come up here and put add. You would name your game. Vegas Room 1. You would choose what type of game you want them to play. It could be limit hold'em, pot limit hold'em, no limit hold'em, limit Omaha, pot limit Omaha, no limit Omaha, limit Omaha high low, pot limit Omaha high low, and no limit Omaha high low. We're just going to go ahead and just set up a regular no limit hold'em game, so we would select that. If you want a password to the table, you could specify one here. If not, just leave it blank. If you want the table to be private, of course you would set a password. This table's not going to be private. I'm going to allow players to chat with one another. Observers, I'm just going to click no. If you're not in the game, I don't want you coming in and chatting. Here you can pick anywhere from 2 to 10 seats. We can pick 9 seats here. The smallest chip they can use on the table, we'll keep it at a $1 chip. We can put the buy-in to be minimum $100, maximum $200. Here you can just give a description. It's no limit 1-2. The default buy-in we'll put at $100. Player can choose in what he wants to buy. Now here's something very interesting. If you wanted to set up a rake, you can do that here. You can set up that you want $1 for every $10, and you want a maximum of $5, and this is per hand. So I have this set up that for every $1, every $10 it's bet, I'll take $1 as a rake, and the max rake will be $5. Here's your turn clock. I'm going to give them 30 seconds to decide if they want to bet or not. Time bank, I'm going to give them 45 extra seconds if they need it. The small blind, it will be 1. The big blind will be $2. Do I want to allow people with duplicate IPs to be on the site? I'm going to put no. And I want it to automatically go online once I start my server. And just once you got everything configured, you would just press OK, and there's your game. Basically the same thing you can do for a tournament. You just set it up, and once you get it all set up, your tournament would be listed here. You can name your tournament, and that's basically it. You know, there are many other options you can go through, but that's it. This is an awesome system. I recommend